Shakespeare successfully characterizes Macbeth as a good man. Now he must illustrate the process in which he makes his decision. In doing so, he illustrates some factors that can influence all men to make bad decisions. Shakespeare spends the next part of the play showing Macbeth in decision-making process. This is really important because it proves that Shakespeare really wanted the play to be about the factors that influenced him to make the bad decision to kill Duncan. He doesn't just have Macbeth kill Duncan and then we get on with the ramifications of it. A large part of this play is the factors and the different pressures that went into making Macbeth kill the king. Shakespeare uses the witches and the concept of fatedness as the first influencing factor. Macbeth's own personal ambition serves as the second factor, and peer pressure from Lady Macbeth serves as the final influence. Shakespeare brilliantly uses the concept of fatedness. This is the idea that we are all fated to become something. To serve as the first factor to influence Macbeth, a man who has proven to be good to ultimately kill the king. Specifically, the witches and their prophecies plant the idea in Macbeth's head that he's fated to become king. When Macbeth and Banquo are walking home from the battle, they come across three witches. The first witch addresses Macbeth when she says, "All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Glamis." This is a true statement. He currently is Thane of Glamis. Properly identifying Macbeth gives the witches credibility and makes Macbeth feel like perhaps they know each other. Then the second witch states, "All hail Macbeth, hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor." Macbeth is confused by this statement because he is not Thane of Cawdor. However, the audience knows that he will become Thane of Cawdor. This is called dramatic irony, which is a point in the story in which the audience has access to information that other characters do not have access to. At this point, the audience would believe that the witches are credible because they know something that they should not know. However, Macbeth does not receive this information until after their conversation. At this point, he thinks they've made a mistake. When the third witch then states, "All hail Macbeth, that shall be king hereafter," Macbeth and Banquo both think the mistakes are crazy and begin teasing them by asking for a prophecy about Banquo, in which the witches state that he will not be king but his children will. Both Macbeth and Banquo find this to be hilarious and determine the witches are crazy. However, once the witches disappear and Ross and Angus reveal that the king has named Macbeth as the new Thane of Cawdor, suddenly the witches have credibility. And that was initially a crazy encounter by some crazy weird women has suddenly turned into a prophecy about Macbeth's fate. This encounter plants the seed as Macbeth ponders if he is indeed fated to become king and tries to determine if he is to do something to make this happen.